There's always a moment when everything changes. A moment she never expects. Not when you're calling, not when you're chasing, not when you're asking, what's wrong? No. Her regret doesn't begin when you try harder. It begins the moment you stop trying at all. At first, it's invisible. She doesn't notice the subtle shift inside you. She doesn't see how your energy begins to pull back, how your spirit stops leaning forward. But then, the silence stretches longer, and she feels the gap. That's when the tables turn. That's when she realizes the man she thought would always be there isn't anymore. And this realization is not sudden. It unfolds like the slow strike of thunder, rumbling until it shakes her. Part 1. The shock of your absence. In the early days after you step back, she convinces herself it's nothing. He's just busy. But deep down, she notices. She notices the difference between attention freely given and attention completely gone. Your absence becomes heavy. Not just the absence of your texts or your calls, but the absence of your energy. The absence of your presence. Here's the truth. People rarely notice water while it flows. They notice it when it dries up. And suddenly, she feels the drought. Every time her phone lights up and it's not you, a small unease grows inside her. Why isn't he reaching out? Why doesn't he ask anymore? At first it's annoyance, then it becomes confusion, and eventually it becomes fear. Fear that she overestimated her hold on you. Fear that you've actually moved beyond her orbit. Your silence, chosen with discipline, speaks louder than every word you once spilled. Part 2. The comparison trap. When she steps out into the world, she expects to replace you easily. That's the game modern love plays. People think everyone is replaceable, but soon, reality proves otherwise. The men she meets might look good on the surface. They might offer quick laughs or shallow attention. Some flutter with messages, responding instantly to every word. But it doesn't take long for her to see the cracks. One man is too needy, another too arrogant, another too quick to bend to her moods. They all collapse under pressure. And suddenly, she remembers something she overlooked. Your stability. The way you didn't flinch under her tests. The way your presence gave her calm, even when she tried to provoke chaos. She realizes you weren't just another man. You were different. And the more she looks, the more she sees that difference everywhere. It's in the conversations that feel shallow now. It's in the men who can't hold her attention for more than a week. It's in the way she keeps comparing. And everyone falls short. You are no longer just a memory. You have become the standard, the one no one else measures up to. Part 3. The slow burn of regret. Regret rarely crashes in like a storm. It creeps, it lingers, it grows stronger with time. At first, she only remembers the good moments casually. Then she remembers them constantly. The sound of your voice, the way you carried yourself, the little things you did without effort. And then the questions come. Why did I let him go? Why did I test him so hard? Why did I assume he'd always be there? Her pride tries to shield her, but regret pierces through anyway. She replays old arguments, now seeing them differently. Where she once saw weakness, she now sees patience. Where she once dismissed your silence, she now sees control. Where she once overlooked your presence, she now feels the weight of its loss. It hits hardest at night, when the world quiets and she's left with nothing but her own thoughts. She scrolls through old messages, she lingers over photos, and she feels the ache of what she lost, an ache that grows sharper every day. Regret, by its nature, deepens with time. Part 4. Your transformation. But here's the most powerful part. Her regret is not about the man you were when she left. It's about the man you became after she was gone. Because you didn't collapse. You didn't drown in bitterness. You transformed. You found discipline. You focused on your goals. You sharpened your mind and strengthened your body. You stood in silence, not as a man waiting for her return, but as a man who realized he never needed her approval to begin with. And this is where Stoicism breathes life into your story. The Stoics taught that true power is found within, that the external world, the people, the opinions, the judgments, mean nothing compared to the fortress of your own mind. You stop building your castle on her shifting sands. You built it on stone. Now, when she sees you, she doesn't just see the man she lost. She sees the man she can never access again. That transformation burns deeper than any absence. Because now, you are not just gone, you are untouchable. Part 5. The echo of your absence. Absence is not empty. It is not silence. It is not nothing. Absence is presence amplified. It echoes. It lingers. It follows her like a shadow she cannot outrun. At first, she resists it. She fills her days with distractions, scrolling endlessly, chatting with new people, going out just to feel wanted again. But none of it works, because absence is not solved by noise. In fact, the noise only makes it louder. She laughs with her friends, but when the laughter dies, she thinks of you. She scrolls through her phone, but every meaningless message reminds her of your silence. She lays her head down at night, and in the quiet, she feels the emptiness of your presence more than she ever did when you were near. That's the paradox she never expected. Your absence makes you bigger. The less she sees you, the more she feels you. The less you say, the more she hears you. The less you give, the more valuable you become. And every attempt to escape only circles her back to you. The song that plays in the cafe, the cologne another man wears, the way someone phrases a joke, all roads point back to the memory of you. And the memory grows sharper, not softer. This is why your silence is more powerful than anything you could ever say. Because absence doesn't fade. It expands. It burns itself into her reality until she can't ignore it anymore. Part 6. The Stoic Truth. But here's where most men make the mistake. They think her regret is the victory. They think her pain is the prize. They think her missing them means they've won. Number. That is still weakness. That is still living through her eyes. That is still chaining your worth to her perception. The Stoics would laugh at this. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." Her regret, her longing, her sudden realization, those are not your crown. They are her judgments, her shadows, her consequences. Your victory is not in her regret. Your victory is in your freedom. The freedom you gain when you no longer need her validation. The freedom you taste when you wake up, and your first thought isn't about her, but about your purpose. The freedom you embody when you walk into a room, not seeking attention, but carrying presence. Because what is more powerful? A man who waits for her to look back, or a man who doesn't care whether she looks at all? The Stoic truth is this: women are drawn to strength, but strength is not noise, not chasing, not clinging. Strength is restraint. Strength is detachment. Strength is discipline. You are not powerful because she regrets losing you. You are powerful because you don't need her regret to define you. The final lesson. Beyond her regret, listen closely. One day, she may come back. It might be a message that just checks in. It might be a photo she likes to remind you she's there. It might be a subtle pull to see if she still matters to you. But by then, you've already crossed the line. You've already stepped into a new reality. You are no longer the man she left. You are the man her absence forged. So you don't respond the same way. You don't chase. You don't bend. You don't fall into the trap of proving yourself. Because the truth is, the more you need her regret, the weaker you are. But the more you stand without it, the more powerful you become. This is the transformation she never saw coming. She thought you'd collapse. You built yourself stronger. She thought you'd wait. You walked forward. She thought she mattered more than your purpose. Now she realizes your purpose was always greater than her. And that is why she regrets it. So now I'll leave you with this. Have you felt it? Have you seen that shift in her eyes when she realized you weren't waiting anymore? Tell me your story in the comments, because your story, your experience, your moment of transformation, it could be the reminder another man needs right now to step into his own strength. Hit like if you're tired of chasing. Tap subscribe if you're ready to build yourself into a man who never needs to beg for validation again. And share this with another brother who needs to hear the truth. Her regret isn't the win. Your transformation is the victory.